Hello YouTube friends, this is Rai with my husband travel buddy Alan. Join us as we continue to explore the city of Seville. We're gonna visit the Real Alcazar de Sevilla. Don't forget to subscribe! The Real Alcazar de Sevilla is located in front of the Seville Cathedral. It is one of the most representative monumental compounds in the city, the country, and the Mediterranean culture as a whole. The historical evolution of the city in the last millennium is held within its walls and gardens, amalgamating influences starting from the Arabic period, late Middle Ages Mudéjar, right through to the Renaissance, Baroque, and the 19th century. The Real Alcazar de Sevilla is most visited by tourists, not just because it is one of the 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites here in Seville, but because it is one of the most stunning and elegant palaces, where Iberian and Islamic architectural styles mix to create something contemplative and beautiful. If you visit the city of Seville, don't forget to include the Real Alcazar in your itinerary, because for sure, you won't get disappointed. The Real Alcazar and gardens together are one of the most beautiful palace complexes in the world. It is the combination of Renaissance and Islamic design. The palace, like most of Seville, is in the Mudéjar style and features simple structures with decorations that are intricate and amazingly beautiful.
This one is Palacio del Rey del
Finally, we were able to come inside the Alcazar here in Seville, because when we were in Cordoba, we were denied access of the Alcazar in Cordoba since we don't have reservation. So this is the main entrance for the Alcazar here in Seville. So we're gonna explore it. There's a lot of rooms in here.
Now here we go. Let's go to Palacio del Rey del Pedro. Let's see what's inside.
The Royal Alcazars of Seville, historically known as Alcázar al-Murik and commonly known as the Alcázar of Seville, is a royal palace in Seville, Spain, built for the Christian king Peter of Castile. It was built by Castilian Christians on the site of an Abbasid Muslim Alcazar, a residential fortress. The fortress was destroyed after the Christian conquest of Seville in year 1248. The architecture of Real Alcazar and its buildings features a very strong Oriental influence. If you would notice, the design seems to be more Islamic than Christian. Instead of pointed roofs, we have graceful domes. In place of long dark hallways, we have open bright courtyards and amazing gardens. This is the Patio de las Doncellas, or the Courtyard of the Maidens. It was built in the 13th century when Seville was back under Christian rule. This patio is an architectural monument built in the memory of those fictional virgins. The palace is known for its tile decoration. The two tile types used are Majolica and Arista tiles. In the Arista technique, the green body is a stump and each tile segment has raised ridges. This technique produced tiles with transparent glazes that are not flat. The art of Majolica ceramics was developed later in the 15th and 16th centuries. The innovation made it possible to paint directly on ceramics covered with white opaque glazes. I was totally amazed with this palace. From the doors, windows, walls, ceilings, even floors and courtyards, everything is amazingly beautiful. The Declaration of World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1987 acknowledged the survival of cultures and civilizations as a harmonic whole where all of the elements are balanced. The visitor will get to know these unique surroundings either through the legendary Al-Mutamid, the 11th century monarch and poet from Seville, or through some of the characters that illuminated modern-day Spain around 1812. I'm sure most of the visitors who have seen this Alcazar are wondering how the ancient people were able to do these intricate designs. The glass ceiling of the Patio de las Muñecas make me think of the facet on the rectangular gemstone. Although the rest of the courtyard is mostly Islamic in design, the ceiling is Neo-Renaissance, adding a beautiful contrast to the design of the room. Look at all the details of the design. Whoever did the architectural design of this palace is truly a genius. Windows were traced with geometric elements, walls were covered with tile panels. Everything is amazing. The Ambassadors' Hall, or the Salon de Embajadores, is the ancient throne room built during the reign of Al-Mutamid in the 11th century. In the 14th century, Pedro I of Castile remodeled the hall to make it a centerpiece of this royal palace. I lost words in describing the design of this palace. Everything is rich in intricate, beautiful, amazing, and unique designs. I feel so lucky to have given a chance to see this Real Alcazar of Seville. So let me take some pictures. The dome ceiling of the hall of the ambassadors in the Real Alcazar has geometric star patterns that symbolizes the universe. It is a beautiful architectural interpretation of the night sky. As we are about to go to the gardens of the Real Alcazar, we found this underground door, and of course, Alan would like to explore it.
It looks scary. And then there's stairs here.
Finally, we found the way to the garden. But before we proceed, let's take some pictures first. Smile! Finally, we found the garden. I heard some scenes of the Game of Thrones were taken from the gardens of the Real Alcazar. Look at this. Even the garden have tiles decoration. How can such a beautiful location be real? The flowers, the trees, the architecture, everything seemed to fit the fantasy world. The gardens adjoining the Alcazar of Seville have undergone many changes. In the 17th century, during the reign of Philip III, the Italian designer Vermondo Resta introduced the Italian Mannerist style. Resta was responsible for the Galleria de Grottesco, or Grotto Gallery, transforming the old Muslim wall into a loggia from which to admire the view of the palace gardens. The Alcazar of Seville was used as a location for the hugely successful HBO TV series Game of Thrones. The palace stood in for the Water Gardens of Dorne in various scenes in 4 episodes of Season 5 and 1 of Season 6. The gardens of the Real Alcazar Palace make up one of the great palace sites of the Spanish crown and possibly the oldest. They are the most original representation of a truly Hispanic style, the mudéjar, a Muslim artistic expression adapted to the Christian world. From their Moorish origin, they underwent continual transformations, especially during the Renaissance period and the reign of Philip III. The results are seen in the delicate pavilion of Charles V in the Alcoba Vegetable Garden, the wonderful Grotesco Gallery, and many gardens such as La Danza, Las Damas, Las Galeras, and El Rustico. The materials used, such as tiles and many features, water channels, fountains, water spouts, etc., give them with a special Moorish character. This place is truly so amazing and lovely. So we need to have some pictures. More pictures. Smile! They said each garden in the Real Alcazar has a legend. Spanish kings such as Alfonso X, Peter I, or Charles V have walked through this place, and you can find out about the legends that accompany each garden. Did you know that the Prince Garden got its name when Catholic Queen Isabella gave birth to Prince John in a room whose window overlooked this garden? The Diner's Garden, meanwhile, is home to the pavilion of Charles V, where the Spanish emperor used to have dinner in the summer. Although you'll have seen the beauty of the gardens from the palace balconies, make sure you go outside and take a walk through them. They are unique and reflect the passing of various historical periods. In these gardens, you'll be free to immerse yourself in your surroundings, to take beautiful photos, and to daydream. Leave your worries behind and let your gaze linger on the palm trees, cypress, pomegranate trees, orange trees, oaks, and many more. Besides the 170 plant species to be found in the 60,000 square meters of this garden, you can also enjoy the Grotesco Gallery, a real viewpoint over the gardens, ponds, sculptures, colorful tiles, canals and fountains, such as the Neptune Fountain in the Ladies' Garden. Besides the Real Alcazar, the Andalusian capital has many parks and gardens that will reveal a truly beautiful side of the city. This will end our tour here in the Real Alcazar of Seville. And please watch our next video as we continue to explore the central city of Seville. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell for more videos. Bye!